Oh man, that previous one took a lot of work. 3 here. Again, take x values, put it in for x right there. Okay, so as you're writing things out, f of -2 is going to be -2 times -2 plus 1. In this case is 5, because -2 times -2 is +4, add 1, 5. So it equals 5. You get the point, -2, 5. Okay, plug in -1. You're going to have -2 times -1, which is +2, add 1. That's going to be 3. So your f of -1 is going to be 3. You get the point -1, 3. And then you plug in 0. It's a lot of plugging in numbers here. -2 times 0 plus 1. That's going to be 1. Because 0 times anything is 0. When you add 1 to 0, you just get 1. And so you got the point 0, 1. Plug in 1 into our function. -2 times 1 is -2. Add 1, that's -1. And so you got the point 1, -1. And then finally plug in 2. You'll get -2 times 2, which is -4. Add 1, that's -3. So you get the point 2, -3. Now that we've done all that work, plot the points. You got -2, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you got the point -1, 3. And then the point 0, 1. And then the point 1, -1. And then the point 2, -3. And ta-da, it makes a line, by the way. You can draw the line there or not. You're supposed to plot the points. Moving on to 4. These ones are a little bit different because you're plugging in and it's an exponent. So here at f of -1, you're going to put -1 there where the exponent is, and 2 to the -1 is 1/2. So you get the point -1, 1/2. There. Plug in 0, and 2 to the 0 power is just 1. So you get the point 0, 1. Plug in 1 in for x, you got 2 to the first power, which is 2. And so you get the point 1, 2 there. Plug in the point 2, the x value 2, so you got 2 to the second power. 2 to the second power is 2 times 2, which is 4, so you get the point 2, 4. We've actually had done this one in class. I'd shown you on the board. So you got -2, 1/4, -1, 1/2. Whoops, that's a little high. 1, 1/2 is about there. You got the point 0, 1, the point 1, 2, and the point 2, 4. Which is there. And you can see how your curve is going to go up like so. Remember, you don't have to make the graph, you just plot the points. Okay, next one, again, plugging in for the exponent, but don't forget that there's a +1 not in the exponent. So you're going to have 3 to the -2nd power, add 1. Well, 3 to the -2nd power is 1/9, and so add 1 to that, you got 1 and 1/9, which comes out to be 10/9. So, your total point here is -2, 10/9. And that was kind of on your homework yesterday. Moving on, next one, plugging in -1. 3 to the -1 is 1/3. Add 1 to that. You get 1 and 1/3, which is the same thing as 4/3. Plug in 0. Remember, these numbers here are going in for the exponent. So 3 to the 0 power is 1. Add 1. You're looking at 2. So you get the point 0, 2. And then plug in 1 in for the exponent. You got 3 to the first, which is 3. Add 1 gives you 4. So you got the point 1, 4. And plug in 2 in for the exponent. You have 3 squared plus 1. 3 squared is 9. Add 1 gives you 10. So you got the point 2, 10. And so now we're just going to plot all those points there. -2, 10 ninths is a little bit more than 1. So negative 2, a little bit more than 1. And then we got negative 1 4/3, which is a little bit more than that. And we got 0.02. And we got 0.14, which is up there. And then the 0.210, which is way up here somewhere. Actually, it doesn't fit on the graph. But if you were to draw your curve, it looks something like that. But remember, you don't have to put that. And I'm just going to finish up with this last one. So this is f of x 2 to the x minus 3. If you go back to number 4, notice how that is f of x equals 2 to the x power. Well, this is the same thing, except everything's just subtract 3. So really, if you're sneaky here, you just take all these values and you subtract 3 from all of them. To get your function value there. Okay? But I can, I guess, just write out the actual work here. So put in negative 2 in for the x power to the negative second power, and then you subtract 3 to the negative second power is 1/4 minus 3. It gives you negative 2 and 3/4. Okay, so you get the point negative 2 and 3/4, which is, I don't want to change that, mostly because I'm sick of doing these. So now we're going to take negative 1, put it in for x, 2 to the negative 1 power, minus 3, is going to be 1/2 minus 3, which is the same thing as 2.5. So we get the point negative 1, negative 2.5. Next one, plug in 0. So you're going to have 2 to the 0 power, which is 1, minus 3, which is negative 2. So you have the point 0, negative 2. Next item, f of 1. Put 1 in for the exponent on 2, because it's 2 to the x power. 2 to the first is 2, minus 3 is negative 1. So you get the point 1, negative 1. And then the last one, plug in 2. You got 2 to the second power, which is 4, minus 3. Gives you positive 1, so you get the point 2, 1. And now we have our points, we can plot them. We got negative 2, and then the negative 2 and 3/4 is about there. Then we got the point negative 1, negative 2.5, which is, again, right there. We got the point 0, negative 2, which is there. Then we got the point 1, negative 1, and then the point 2, 1. And you guys can see how that's going like so. Both ways, but once again, you don't have to graph that, you just put the points down.